Hey guys, Matt from Total MTG here, and it's this week's episode of All About the Brew. First of all, so let me say thanks for all your great decks. Last week's choice that I made out of all the colours was DUNE. So a very awkward sort of colour set. It was red, black, green, and the white. Got some great decks in. You can't actually name all the people that put me in there. There's so many. Dan Acton, great decks. Shane T, Jan, just to name a few. You know, your decks are all brilliant, guys. But the one I've chosen this week is CRIS GALE's deck that I have called Hulk Ever After. I don't think he put a name, but that's what I've named it because he's going for the old Gearhulks. This is what inspired me about picking this deck. It's the Gearhulks. I've been brewing with these Gearhulks all week, trying to see what I could do, and I really like this kind of deck that he's done. You know, going around all the Hulks and using the card Ever After and a lot of other recursion as well. So let's start looking at the creatures. We start off with, you know, one of the best 2-drops in Standard at the moment, Sylvan Advocate. It's the 2/3 for 2, has Vigilance. As long as you control 6 or more lands, it gets +2/+2. On to our next 4 of. It is Eldrazi Displacer. It's 2 and a white, 3/3, devoid, it has no colour. You pay 2 of the colours to exile a target creature, then return it to the battlefield tapped. Now, obviously, these are going to work very well with the enter the battlefield Gearhulks. So, you know, you're looking at blinking these lovely, great big creatures and like getting all loads of effects. I love the idea of doing this. Eldrazi Displacer obviously goes very well with these. You just need to make sure, you know, they stay alive long enough to actually do this. But, so we go on to the Hulks. All of the colours, the white, green, red and black. Obviously not the blue, but we start off with 2 of each. There's 2 of each of all the Gearhulks, obviously apart from the blue. Cataclysmic Gearhulk, 2 of them. Enters the battlefield, each player chooses an artifact, creature, enchantment and a planeswalker. And from among those non-land permanents, he or she sacrifices the rest. So we've got a nice 2 of them. Good little blink effect will be with that one. The next 2 of is Eldrazi Gearhulk, if I pronounce that right. When this Hulk enters the battlefield, distribute 4/1 counters among any number of creatures you control. You know, bouncing that, potentially get 8 creatures, absolutely amazing. The next creature, was Combustible Gearhulk, 2 of these. This is the red Gearhulk. 6/6, when it enters the battlefield, target opponent you may have draw 3 cards. If the player doesn't, put the top 3 cards of your library in the graveyard. It deals damage to that player to the total coveted mana cost of those cards. Now, when you looked at the deck list that was flashing up earlier, I mean, look at the cost of some of these cards. You're basically going to get 3 cards, I would have thought, because, you know, if you have to discard like you put some Gearhulks in there, you might be doing like 15, 16, 17, 18 damage. It'd be crazy. And the last Gearhulk is the Noxious Gearhulk, the black one. It's a 5/4 menace. When it enters the battlefield, you may destroy another target creature. If a creature is destroyed this way, you gain life equal to its toughness, which is absolutely brilliant. So, you know, maybe some gain life recursion there. So we go on to the removal. 2 Sinister Concoction. You pay 1 life. Discard a card. So you can discard the cards, obviously, to help you. The cards that are in there, like Refurbish and Ever After. Sacrifice it. You get to destroy a target creature. Also runs 4 of Grasp of Darkness. Gives creature -4/4. Nice early removal. And a full play set of Anguished Unmaking. That obviously does exile, helps you deals with planeswalkers. You do lose 3 life, but we've got a bit of life gain, hopefully, with some of the Hulks, and, you know, hopefully we'll be able to gain a bit of life back there. So on to the card draw. Card draw is down to Cathartic Reunion, the new card from Kaladesh. Additional cards to cast, so you can discard. You have to discard 2 cards, so you can discard the creatures, put some creatures in there that you can't cast, ready to cast, you know, from your graveyard, but you get to draw 3 cards with this as well. So we've got 4 of them. Like I said, this is the recursion. Return target artifact card from your graveyard is what Refurbish does. Obviously, the Gearhulks are all artifact creatures. So for 4 mana, 3 and a white, you can obviously return them from the graveyard to the battlefield. And then Ever After. Return up to 2 target creatures from your graveyard to the battlefield. Each of those are zombies. And then you put Ever After on the bottom of his owner's library. So you can see what the deck's all about, guys. It's, you know, getting the Hulks out, blinking them occasionally. Sylvan Advocates to be maybe early blockers or late game winners, you know, depending on what you need. You've got the removal, you've got the cards discard to make them put them into the graveyard if they're just stuck in your hand. Yeah, I really like the deck, mate. Chris, very well done. I really love your deck, mate. We're going to have a quick look at the lands. So if you get, well, you know, It's a lot of different lands. The land, obviously, I think he said to me, you know, that land might need a bit of tinkering because, you know, running these 4 colours is not going to be easy. So we have a quick look. You've got a Blooming Marsh, Canopy Vista, Cinderglades, Concealed Courtyards. He's got some basics. The one I like is a Mirror Pool, which is you can sacrifice it to put a token onto battlefield. There's a copy of target creature. You know, that's pretty sweet as well. None of these are legendary, so you can just copy them. You know, get another trigger, blink. It seems like it could work really well, this deck. I'm definitely going to try and put it together in card form so I can give it a bit of a run. I've got a feeling that all the Gearhulks will be really expensive online. Probably cheaper to get, you know, possibly cheaper to get. Sometimes it's cheaper in card than on MTGO, but we'll have to wait and see. But I definitely want to try and put this deck together. I hope you like the name, Chris. I called it Hulk Ever After. Hopefully not. If not, come in with a better name, mate. Anyway, guys, this has been Chris Gale's deck. Any questions on the deck, leave it in the comments for him so he can see and maybe answer your questions better than me. Hasn't got a sideboard, so we can, you know, maybe you can suggest sideboard cards. So let's go on to next week's colours. So you have from today till the end of play next Wednesday. I'm going to go for a slightly easier one this time. I'm going to choose this week, we're going Boros. So it's red and white, guys. Red and white, Boros, are the colours for you to brew your decks around. So I want all you guys to leave it in the comments like you do every week. Or, you know, I'm getting most of them by emails. So you can email me at totalmtg1@gmail.com. Send me your brews, and then, like all week, I'll pick out, you know, one of my favourites. Although, you know, like I said, every week I could put every deck up, but the video would just be hours. But you know, next week might be your deck that I pick, and see your name flash up at the start of the video. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this week's All About the Brew. Get brewing, guys. Get that creativity flowing, and I'll see you all next week. Cheers, guys.